Good evening, everyone. This is Orkin Hat, again playing the Hermit Pack. Looks like I've just turned around and discovered a village in the distance, but I thought we'd do a little bit more cleanup with monsters and then see what we can do to, well, fix a few things we've had problems with, rebuild some things, adjust some of our various spells to work with Sir Huffington III, the late Sir Huffington III, that is, and then just go from there. But there's also the flamethrower that I believe runs off of hydrogen from Mechanism. We could also try and compare and contrast them. We can probably do that more next time. It shouldn't be too hard to make, hopefully. Oh, yes! Ghost! 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 There we go. Alright, we only got one from that one. That's still good. 2 ghosts in a day. That's great. Why? Maybe the husk were giving me that. Okay. So I think it's time to go back and probably expand things a little. Although I might actually show you guys what else you can make with that ectoplasm, because that ectoplasm is really good. Yeah, I think it might be time to show what else we can make with that. I mentioned before, I think, about how it'd be really nice to have our Saigon with us at all times. We can actually do that. Let me just throw away a lot of this stuff, and I can show you exactly what we mean. Alright, so I'm going to need some iron. So I need too much iron, but I believe it is a soul anchor. Maybe it's a something else anchor? It is a specter anchor, of course, specters. So you basically craft this with a ectoplasm. Now let me put this away and take this out. And there you are. You have this little anchor thing that you can basically craft with any item in the game, I believe. So it's not a stack. And it'll give the anchored ability to it, which will make it soulbound. So now we just have our Saigon with us. Even if we get blown up by creepers, we will still have it and still be able to kill things with it. We'll probably want to do the pants next so we can just fly whenever we want. And just, I guess, expand slowly from there until we get our whole arsenal. You can also do bags with it. So getting the storage module tablet might be really good to do as well. Alright, another thing that I want to craft that is going to be very essential to everything we do here is to make a trash can. We've been eating a lot of junk that I don't really want right now. That I don't think any of us need. Many things like, half-repaired steel pants and the like. Not really a thing. So we can just get rid of it. It can be a little risky to use because anything that goes into here is destroyed directly and you don't get it back, so you can actually, accidentally destroy your Saigon and the like. So be careful with it. It's probably better to have some sort of hopper or something with an on-off switch before dumping things directly in, which we'll probably set up in the future. But for right now, I really want to get rid of some of that stuff. The thing I wanted to do, and part of why I was hunting cactus, is I want to experiment with a set of blocks called Midori. Let me see. Smell repeatedly. They are made by, I believe, taking cactus green and crafting them together. Cactus green, of course, smelt some cactuses. So we've got a good amount of cactuses here, well, a decent amount of cactuses. Let's see what we can craft them into. I think it's a 4 block, is this? Sure, Midori block. Okay, and let me see. This can also be made into other things. I can do that. How do we do the Midori pillar? Okay, that's too... Okay. Midori slab. Alright, I can work with that. Let's just go ahead and make this all into slabs right now. There we go. That should be a good amount of building supplies. Now, one thing I wanted to do is start to set up Botania again. You've all seen a lot of this, so I'm just going to rush through at least some of the basics until I get something new. I guess the plan is to try to set up an automated hydrogeneous system. And I want to test to see how effective it actually is. So let me remake the Petal Apothecary and all that nonsense. That's not a problem. I think I got all the Mr. White petals, but it looks like some of them bounced up here and outside. Now, there's one thing I tested before, but I haven't actually shown on camera. I don't think I can get these, because if I just blink up, it teleports me back to there. So it looks like these might be out of reach for right now. Eventually we can get a hopper hawk, and that'll be able to suck them up. I'm wondering if they'll last that long. It does make for a nice sort of decorative effect, although, you know, leaving the items just sitting around would probably be a problem. Strange is, I don't think I actually missed any. Although, I guess I have. It's only 52 white petals. But I should be fine for now. But another argument for wanting to get the ceiling higher is so we don't lose things when we harvest them. Just a little update. I laid down a little petal apothecary. I've got the well. I'm going to put my mana generators here. I'm going to put a pool of water in the middle and then probably shoot things down to here. This is not permanent. It's more just, I'm probably going to have a single level entirely for Botania in time. If not 2 levels or more. And this is going to be the elevator over here. But we're a little limited on space right now, so I'm making things fit. And it's a little bit cramped. But as it is, you know, Botania taking up more than half of the Spectral Realm already. But I'm going to keep working and basically recreate our setup earlier, but try to make it automated. So we get some block placers that are basically regularly placing back hydrogenias whenever they are well, no longer there. So basically, we just make a few hundred of them. Put them down, and basically, as it goes, every hour or so it will place and get us a new mana source. Now, in theory, the book said that these are as efficient as the Exoflames or Endoflames. I forget which one. I'm not sure I believe it. It didn't. The results looked a little low the last time, but if it is as efficient, this is going to be very nice. But I'm going to keep going with all the transforming things into other things and getting our setup back and going again. So I was looking through while getting things ready, and I noticed we actually lost a lot of our flowers, probably when we placed one of those chests down. We unfortunately destroyed all of our leftover hydrogenias and all blue and cyan petals. So we're short on a few things, and I mean, I've got white petals still, so that's good. But I'm going to go and see if I can find some of those real quick. Just riding around on my undead horse, picking flowers, usual stuff. Let's see. I found some blue, and I found some more blue. Let me see, can I pick these from here? Yes, I can. Excellent. And pink and whatnot. I haven't seen cyan yet. If necessary, I can always, make them with the floral fertilizer, which I might do if I don't see anything soonish. But this has been pretty good so far. I've been finding a nice steady amount. I might, depending on what we have, yeah, no, I really want cyan. I'll see what I can find. And here we have the cyan flowers. That should be what we need for the moment. And we can easily get whatever flowers we lack soon enough. I wonder if I can... That sounds like a horrible idea, going into the Spectral Realm while on a horse where the Spectral Realm is only 3 tall. Pretty sure I'm more than 3 tall right now. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to get off the horse, put Sir Hoofington away, then head back into the Spectral Realm. Bye, Sir Hoofington. There we go. Alright, I'll see you all in a moment. Alright everyone, I should have the basics going. I've made a bunch of living stone, living wood. I've got a bunch of petals going. But there's something I want to do different I want to show you guys. So, this thing called an auto placer from Actually Editions. And here we have it. It's pretty simple to craft. This is a little bit complicated. We're going to need that whole laser beam thing from before. But we're going to need 4 Palace Crystal, and that's going to be 4 Lapis. So let me go ahead and get that set up. Okay. Just put those on the ground, and there we go. It is turned into the Palace Crystal. Now I'm going to actually need 16 of the Restonia Crystal, and then 4 of the Black Quartz. I already got the 4 Black Quartz made, so let me make this. I'll just toss it near the laser beam. Press the button, there we go. Alright, so now I'm going to need to make 4... Well, let me actually open up a crafting table. 4 of these basic coils. I can actually just put the rest in. There we go. 4 basic coils. And then here we are. I do not think this one needs power, so we don't need to connect it to our various necromantic generators and the like. Here we go. It's going to be a little bit troubling to place, because we want to place it above these blocks facing down. So I'm going to have to probably break a few blocks, so let me go ahead and do that. And see if I can aim this right. Nope, that is wrong. Let's try here. Perfect. I think that should be placed in the right way. There we go. Okay, then let me see. Yeah, I place this back here. Take my bucket and fill up this water source again. And I guess we do not have all the qualities of hell, because as noted, we can place water in here. Okay, so these all should be placed down. I don't know why that opened up. Okay. And I think this is still... Alright, this still has a line of sight for things. We should make a bunch of... Alright, let me actually just use 64 of this, 64 of this, and I do have some seeds on me still. I think I put those away. I'm going to check for seeds real quick. Okay, and I'm back. And now we're going to be making the hydros. The hydrogenias. Okay, so 2 blue and 2 cyan. I believe we have that right here. So let's fill this up. I should probably actually fill this up. 2 blue, cyan, and here we go. Alright, let me put that away, and then we should be able to fill this up right here, and then empty hand. There we go. I actually put these away because I don't need them. And I'm just going to make a lot of these. Alright, I've got 31 hydrogenias. I'm actually only going to want 4 for right now because I want to do that test to see just how much mana they make, to see if it is telling the truth. I think I just put one of these in here. Yep, there we go. I placed it. And then I can reach over here. And placed. And these might need special alignment, which makes things a bit difficult if that's the case. No, not for that, at least. Let's see. Connected, 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 and connected. Perfect. So this is generating mana. And there we go. A very small amount of mana. But we have mana generation up and going, and in theory we could just stack these full of hydrogenias and... Oh, I apparently did. Let me take the rest of these out. I only meant to put one in for now. So I'm going to see how much these 4 hydrogenias will make for us over the course of an hour. I'll just stop by and check momentarily. Unfortunately, this area isn't chunk loaded, so while we're not in it, the hydrogenias will not be generating mana. We might be able to fix that in the long term. However, the easy way to chunk load things doesn't seem to work in this realm. I've heard before this doesn't... The FTB utilities chunk loader does not work in the End or the Nether. It looks like it doesn't work in the Spectral realm either. But this seems to be working nicely, and we'll be spending a good amount of time here anyway. But it might be good to, while this is running, start a new project. Alright, as it is, I want a reliable water source. So I want to do a bit of experiment on this well here. So I'm going to make a new tank just for water. And see what we can do with it exactly. If the well doesn't work, I have someone else in mind for a water source here in the Spectral realm. There we go. Smell repeatedly. There we go. Got our glass. But let me see. Tank. Fluid tank. We just need the basic one for what I have in mind. Oops. And we should not toss it on the ground. Now I think I can just put this on top of here and just the in-out so it goes in from the bottom. Okay, it is not able to pull from the well. Alright. So with that in mind, we're going to have to try something else for our water source. There's one I've heard about, though, from a really fun mod called Cooking for Blockheads. Cooking for Blockheads adds basically a whole bunch of crafting abilities tied to, well, cooking. But it generally makes existing recipes easier. But one of the things it adds is a sink. So I'm going to need 5 pieces of wood and 3 iron and... Alright, I can do that easily enough. Now, I heard that the sink can be used as a water source that things like pipes and whatnot can draw out of. I hope this tank can draw out of it as well. But let me gather supplies real quick. Alright, should have everything together. Now we're going to need a water bucket. There we go. We'll probably need another one in a moment, but we can do this for now. And then we just craft our sink. There we go. Brand new sink. Now, where am I? Oh, and the bucket wasn't used. Perfect. Where am I going to put this thing? I might move this armor stand away and this thing away, and I'm going to put this sink down here for now. It's also going to free up a bone block for us to harvest. Okay, so let me just put this in here to generate some power. So we got a sink right there. I think I can, yeah, I can use that with water to, or the bucket to just grab water. Now let me see what happens if I put this there. All right, yes, that is filling up immediately. Okay. So this sink works as a water source. It's filling up a little slowly. I wonder if that's a limit on the input of the tank. I don't know that that's going to matter too much with what I have in mind, but we might want to replace the tank with something else. But as it is, filling up nicely, we've got a water source right there from a sink that's connected to who knows what. All right, we're going to want to build an electrolytic separator. This is going to basically perform electrolysis on the water that we feed it, getting us water and hydrogen. It's going to use up a certain amount of power. Now, this right here is going to require a few things. Enriched alloys, so 2 from there, and then 5 from there. So 7 total enriched alloys. Enriched alloys are basically iron enriched with redstone. And we should have a machine, I believe it's this one right here, that will let us do that. So I believe I said it was 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So put the redstone in there, fuels it up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably gonna have to smelt some iron as well. This is gonna start making the electrolyte, the enriched alloys. So I'm also gonna need 4 osmium dust, some iron dust, and some gold dust. So let me see about getting those. Alright, there we are. We have a big pile of iron powder. We have the gold powder, we have the osmium dust, and we have the enriched alloy made from the metallurgic infuser. So we should have everything we need to start crafting this. So first we make this thing in the middle. There we go. Electrolyte core. Then we should be able to get the electrolyte separator. And there we have it. So now this needs power. So just hook it up right there. And we're probably going to want to move our little sink over to here to be able to feed this machine, and then probably just put a fluid pipe directly into it. But I'm sure I'll find a use for the, water tank in time. So let me start getting a little bit more set up with the infrastructure. All right. Then we're going to need, I believe, 2 pipes leading out of this into 2 separate tanks to hold the oxygen and the hydrogen. So let me work on that. All right, I think for this I'm going to use some advanced pressurized tubes for mechanism. First to make these, we're going to need basic pressurized tubes, which is going to be glass and 2 steel, which shouldn't be too hard to make. All right, there we are. Got everything we need. All right, there we go. So, if I remember correctly, I haven't used slime sling in a while. I don't know I even have it in the thing. All right. Just go like this, and we've got our base pressurized tube. We put the basic around here, and then enriched in here, and we've got our advanced pressurized tube, and that should be good for now. Let me see how I connect this thing at all. All right, give me a second. All right, so these are used to send gas around, which we'll need eventually, but I made the wrong thing. All right, not a complete waste. All right, so what do we actually need? So pressurized tube is not what we want. Let me see what we need for fluids. Mechanical pipe is what it's called. So, all right, let me see. Basic. Okay, we just need a bucket and 2 steel. That's pretty easy. And then we can go ahead and, yep, we crafted the advanced the same way. All right, that should be easy enough to do. So I'm going to need to make more steel. Should be impossible. Let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, this is still sending energy. Let me see how full this is right now. We're making some progress. Okay. Looks like everything's still connected. Great. It's actually a sizable percentage of a mana pool. It might actually be what's said in the book, despite my doubts and fears. Alright, go back to building this thing. Alright, there we go. Steel dust. Then we'll build one of the enriched things. It's too bad we can't use the, well, I guess that'd be too simple if we could just use the iron that was enhanced with just cooking again for steel or anything else like that. But I would like to have a use of all the Tech Reborn iron that we've kind of wasted so far. I mean, I guess we can eventually get in Tech Reborn. But, so we've got 2 steel dust. Let's go ahead and smelt that repeatedly. There we go, 2 steel. And I believe this is it for fluids. There we go. And we do the same thing we did last time. Now this should, in theory, connect to things. That looks a lot better. Okay. Alright, now we just need to figure out how to activate it. So it looks like we need to build one of these configurator things. A little obnoxious, not totally horrible. That's going to be the most obnoxious part. I'm probably going to save that recipe. So we need to make 4 of the iron thing. 4 of the enriched iron. 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And then from there, we can put this thing together. So we need some gold from us, too. So I might as well start smelting some gold. I'll always grind it up again later to make powder again. There we go. Still not ready yet. Yeah, no, the Psi smelting is way faster than a lot of machines until we get all the upgrades on machine. I'm not sure we even want to do that. Now, hopefully, all this is building up towards us having a reliable flamethrower supply. We might have to actually switch over to the mechanism flamethrower to make it work, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so I think we can just go in here, here, and here we go. Energy tablet. I'm going to store that. Oh, I'm running out of storage spots. Well, I guess I'm going to put it right here. Oh, It's already been filled up with energy. For my battery, unfortunately. Hopefully that won't cause a problem with crafting. Okay, well, let's see. And then I need a lapis and a stick. I can get that easily enough. 1 lapis, and I think I have sticks in here. I have 2 kinds of sticks. Fancy. And I can put some stuff away that I'm not going to need quite yet. Yeah, it should be good for now. Okay. Then let me make this thing. And it's fully charged. Cool. That's that moved over. So I think I can shift right click. Push. I probably want pull. There we go. Okay, so that's pulling out of there and filling up in here. Then I want push, I think. Oh, hey, it's already making water, and hydrogen and oxygen already. How much is the draw on things? All right, minus 160 RF per tick. That's more than we make when we've got a bone thing in here, but we don't necessarily need to have this operating all the time. Now, I wonder if I can store this in tanks or not. There's probably a special gas storage thing. I just don't know if it has the nice refilling capabilities that the Ender IO things do. So I'm going to do some experiments and figure some stuff out. Alright, I was looking around, and it looks like Mechanism has some gas tanks we can make. They aren't that hard to make. So we need osmium and redstone. I think we should have both of those in good supply. Alright, there we go. Let's make 2 tanks real quick and see if we can get them to connect. Basic gas tank can hold 64 buckets, basically, so that seems like a really good supply. Let's just make another one. There we go. If that's not enough, we can make advanced ones easily enough. Do I just want to make the advanced ones? It just requires... No, this should be fine. I'm going to put these down and see if we can cause it to connect with this thing. Does this have any sort of input-output thing that I'm seeing? No. I might have to use that, not the mechanical pipe, but the gas pipes, if I can find those real quick. Pressurized, I believe they were called. Advanced pressurized tube. Okay, let's see what we can do with these. So I think those can draw out of machines directly, so I can go ahead and connect things through there. Alright, yeah, I'm going to want to put a purple thing down there eventually. So, advanced pressurized tube. Let's put that there, and let's start with a tank for hydrogen. Okay, I wonder if there's a filter for these. I don't know. But we can configure this. Pull. Push. So in theory this should get filled up. Gas, oxygen. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so then we need to put the hydrogen somewhere. Might as well put this on top here. And then connect another one of these pressurized tubes. Oh, it might... there might be a side-facing issue if it's only got those things. Huh. Alright, I think I can do something with that. Give me a second. So it messed with my design a little bit, but I was able to put the metallurgic infuser over there. We can fix that up over time. But I should be able to put another advanced pressurized tube there. And hydrogen is filling up. Okay. So see, it didn't... Alright, let's see. Pull. Go, and then push into here. So why isn't this making... Oh. I think it's out of power. It might be out of power. Why is it out of power? Is this out of power? Oh, that would be why it's out of power, because it's out of power. Okay, that makes sense. This is a rather expensive process. Let's feed it some more bone blocks and see what we can do. We might need to have another power source. Okay, because yeah, now it's filling up with hydrogen. It's filling up with oxygen. Colors on these are surprising. I guess it would these... Yeah, I think these are usually colors. I don't know. I have to look it up. But, yeah, I can get rid of this for now. Now, in theory, I can refuel things in here. So, I've got my chemical thrower in here. It has a tank of 2,000. Now, in theory, I cannot fill it up in this thing. Let me see if I can do the jerry can. Oh, the jerry can already has lava in it. Let me dump the lava in here. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, this is bad. Where is... A little lava accident there. One second, let me put this in here. Fortunately, nothing burned but me. And I'm fine. Oops. Okay, let's try... Alright, the jerry can is empty. Let's try to fill this thing up. No. So I might not be able to use gas with the chemical thrower. It might be fluids only. Or I might need another way of getting this stuff out. I could try to make a new tank and try to attach that and see if I can draw hydrogen out from that. Alright, so I made a new fluid tank. I'm going to try to connect it to the hydrogen and try to draw hydrogen out of this thing. But I'm getting a little skeptical. It looks like we might be able to only use hydrogen with specific mechanism stuff. Alright, so it's trying to pull hydrogen. Hydrogen's not coming out. I'm going to try one last thing. In theory, I can break this block right here. Put this right here, and then try their own pressurized tubes. No, it does not want to connect. Okay. Well, darn. Alright, all that was a bit of a wasted effort, at least for now. I mean, I guess we can make hydrogen for the other flamethrower, but I was really hoping to use that one. But there's something else I wanted to try to make really quick. Alright, so this is the levitate spell that we did in a previous episode. I wanted to try to alter it a little bit to make it also work on the horse. Now, if you remember before, it worked by selecting nearby smeltables of basically none, adding the player to that list, and then do mass exodus on the nearby smeltables and the player. I think we can tweak this a little bit, so instead of nearby smeltables, it will be nearby living. Nearby living near the player. The radius, let's try to do a radius of 2. That sounds good to me. So that should get everything within 2 meters of the player. And let's try to, it looks like this works. Let's try to swap out. Oh yes, one thing that was mentioned before. You see here the psi cost, this number in parentheses. As long as that's below 25, it's less, or it's basically at or below your generation rate. So if you want to have a spell on constantly on the pants, you want the cost to be below 25. As mentioned in the comments previous episode, I forget who said it, but it was valuable advice right there. Okay, so I'm going to swap out my pants a little bit and put on the new levitate, which should, in theory, also work for our horse. And if it does, that'd be great. Way to end the episode. I also noticed something funny along the way when I was looking over some of the footage. Turns out I had flux on half the time, so that was why I had the whole sepia tone. It's too late to go back now, but I think it was at least an interesting effect. I don't know if I'll want to have flux on in the future, but things happen. But let's ride the magic horse into the sky and see how that works. Okay, here we are. Back in the field where I was picking flowers. Let us get Sir Huffington out. And let us get on Sir Huffington. And let's see what happens when we levitate. Okay, so in theory, Sir Huffington is levitating too. I don't think he is touching the ground right now. Yep, he just floated down. Alright, let's turn this off. Okay, now he is there. Let's get a nice launch point to jump off of. The cactus is Sir Huffington's natural enemy. Alright, let's go from here. Okay, here we are. Floating in the air on Sir Huffington. This is pretty great. I'll probably want to do some more tweaking next time for some control spells so I can, go up and down on Sir Huffington. Oh, go up and down on Sir Huffington. But we have a flying horse. Alright, that's enough for now. Good night, everyone, and I hope you guys enjoyed, despite all the useless hydrogen and strange colors this episode. Have a good night.